in the north, the Yowler horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off from U.S. Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action in this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he made a bit from infield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. So 3rd and 16, no problem for him as they get the first. Let's go. Slot receiver headed left. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He lofts it deep left. He finds one of his great receivers, Rob, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. First down on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body boys. Body boys. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. Duke the defender. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. Another one for Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling their running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here's 2nd and 11. And just got it away before the hit, but the pass lines up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They go play action with Goff. Builds out this one out to his right. officials flag him for it. So the drive continues after that pass interference call. We've got 1st and 10. Now Gall. Connects on the crosser. Escapes a defender. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Off on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber. Won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
Inside the 20. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 13-0 lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump.
Uh-huh.
And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get close to the boundary. If you quarterback room to throw it up, you can find payment.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. We start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Works the sideline inside the 35. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. It bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They run it. It's the rookie out of Michigan State. And he'll be right on the line to limit the game to a yard. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. McCarthy throwing here. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Chubb running out of the gun. He's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. On play action now, McCarthy. Forced out to his right. On the move, looking deep down the middle.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Let's go now.
Chubb going for the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. We've got Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He fits it through the middle. This play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's a 14-7 game. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings take a 13-point lead. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Off play action, call. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no more connecting. It's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play, and that gives the Lions the first.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back. For a heck of a run, great try at that 1st down.
Again, it's Gibbs. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now. You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack and that play was a masterpiece.
And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Let's go. Running right with Chubb. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's on the move. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that makes this a 3-score game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Looking up towards the dome, can't bring it in clean.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner. Because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
This is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Well, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings make it a 24-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ric Flair.
Hit off to Gibbs from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, keeps that defense honest.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Lions looking for a score before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Searches from the pocket. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Now go for it, Goff. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, it's Goff. Made the throw as he was getting hit block, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again, it's Goff. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Ross St. Brown, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Goff. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Vikings tap it as he reports the first interception of his young career. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, that's a risk of putting up a jump ball in the end zone. You know, some of these defenders in this day and age can go up and get it with the best of the receivers. That's one they got away with. Should have been a pick. And frankly, a touchback.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's McCarthy to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air, McCarthy. Chased out to his right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he finds it in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. First down throw from Goff. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Byron Murphy picks it. And the Vikings get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading.
Deep sideline shot is caught, and he gets out to stop the clock.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
We go.
Looks like they played safe with a run to the outside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Again, left side for Gibbs. Down the sideline to the 45. Down the sideline into the red zone. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions take a molehill off that mountain as they still trail by 27. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. Return's looking good so far. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 37. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. That's the 1st and more inside the 45. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He sends this one to the end zone. And he's going to score a touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings continue piling on to this lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And up running left. Here's Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Here's a gift to Gibbs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Down the sideline of the 45. Hits the 20. Watching for the pylon, and he's got it. Touchdown. The Lions take a small chunk off that lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
So following a missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They begin the drive with Chubb. And they send it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Smash, smash. Here we go, here we go.
Again, it's Chubb. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Now McCarthy. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Headed out right. On the run right, throwing deep down the south. That's complete inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They give inside to Chubb. He runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Vikings with it to begin the 4th, and this game entering blowout territory. 2nd and 3 now. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you could recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And they bring him to a stop with this run. Gets him into the red zone down to the 15. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Now give right side to Chubb. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They'll try and punch it in. No gain for them, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Vikings keep running away with this. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the 2nd time around.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings tack on 7 more to their lead. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A start on the ground with Gibbs. Breaks through, and he might break away. And he will get this Lions making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Oh, baby! He got loose, and after a few steps, there was nothing they could do to stop him. That, Brock, is the definition of a home run play.
You know, and when you go to draft, sign, or trade for a skill guy, you want him to have that kind of threat, that kind of breakaway speed. You don't always have to be a 4-3 guy on the track. You just have to be a guy that once you get in that open field, there is nobody, and I mean nobody in the building that was going to catch him.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
Ready up.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Unlock line. Set.
And off to Chubb to start the drive. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Here we go.
They run it from the gun with Chubb. Makes the tackle, still going. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
Rocco switch. Let's go. Go.
Here's Chubb up the middle. Jukes one defender. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution of plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line. His defense just kept swarming.
And this one doesn't go far. It's about 3 yards, but still a tall mountain to climb. 3rd and long upcoming.
19 strike. Go.
Now it's McCarthy. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that a punt at 47 yards. And the Lions will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Lions hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Coming right is Gibbs. Works the sideline to the 30. Down the sideline to the 45. Down the sideline into the red zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions putting up points in a game decided. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His 5th rushing score in this game alone. The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a 2-point try coming up. Oh, brother, hits another interception. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep the football, but lose a significant amount of yardage on the play.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sidelines are best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. But sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Let's go, guys.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. McCarthy throwing on third down. It's his running back. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. A gift to Chubb, running left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Here's Chubb on second down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now, 4 seconds left, we've got a timeout. Not that the final play is going to change the outcome, but we will get one more snap. On third down, they'll go with Chubb. And this winds up an okay game down to the opposing 47. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And this isn't just anyone in their start for. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So for my partner, Ron Keyword, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.